Good Sunday morning. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Chris Ramirez. We are starting off a bit chilly across Houston, but it's going to be a pleasant Sunday as we head into the afternoon hours. Those high temps topping out in the upper 70s. We are also tracking some rain chances as we head into Monday evening, as a storm system is going to be moving into Texas, bringing the chance for some strong storms. Probably for Houston as we head into the evening hours. And then by the middle of the week, just before Thanksgiving, we are expecting another front that's going to be moving through, and that is going to be giving us a surge of cooler temperatures by the end of the week. So as far as your travel forecast for today, if you are getting an early start to your travel plans across Texas, Houston a high of 77, San Antonio 72, Austin 72. Might see maybe a few showers and storms out in San Antonio, but Dallas likely to be a little bit seeing some more of that rain chance. Here's a look at Galveston right now. Are you catching a cruise leaving town for Thanksgiving week? I know a lot of folks do that, but we have both ships there ready to sail, as well as we are seeing those temps in the lower 60s across town. North winds at 13 miles an hour. As we look at those current temperatures right now, as we head into the 8 o'clock hour, we are in the 50s and 60s, so we are going to need a jacket if you are heading out the door. So as far as our Sunday forecast, high temps about 77, 78 degrees for this afternoon. Keep in mind that we are expecting those temperatures to be a bit on the cooler side for today. So I think it's going to be feeling more like a fall-like day than what we've seen in days past. So in the upper 70s all across Harris County, areas along the coast are going to be, of course, a little bit cooler, but 77 Navasota, 76 out in Conroe. If you're heading to the beach, 73 for a high out in Galveston. But radar's looking mostly quiet as we look at our next system. That system's going to be moving through and sweeping across the state. That's going to bring us some showers and storms across southeast Texas from Monday evening into Tuesday morning. So keep that in mind, that if you are probably heading out to Thanksgiving shop, or if you're heading to travel outside the city of Houston, you're going to run into some storms. And maybe if you're heading to Dallas or to the San Antonio or Austin area, and then that system's going to be out of the picture by Tuesday, and we're going to be mostly dry. But the Storm Prediction Center is giving a large portion of southeast Texas under a marginal risk for storms. That is a 1 out of 5 on the severe storm index scale. And then areas north of town are going to have an elevated chance for stronger storms. That includes portions of Walker County, out in portions of Grimes County, as well as we go into tomorrow evening. So keep that in mind, that we could see stronger storms. And then by Wednesday, we're expecting more of a drier cold front. But this is ultimately going to bring a surge of chilly temperatures back in the forecast by Thanksgiving Day. So those high temps topping out in the 60s. This is a look at what we're expecting to see all across Texas. I think we're going to have a pretty fantastic forecast across the Lone Star State as we ring in Thanksgiving going into the end of our work week. For us here in Houston, high of 68, sunny skies. It's going to be in the 40s in the morning hours. So you're going to have to really bring those jackets out there if you are heading out and about across town, because we're going to also see northwest winds at 5 to 15 miles an hour. As far as the temperature outlook, we're going to be warmer than normal as we start the month of December. That's from the Climate Prediction Center. But as far as your 10-day high temperature trends, we're going to start trending downward as we head closer towards Thanksgiving Day, and then eventually overnight lows in the 50s and 40s. As far as your 7-day forecast, we are expecting those late storms for tomorrow. We're highlighting Monday as a red day, and just keep that in mind that we are going to keep that system, that system is going to be not as terms of seeing more of the stronger storms north of Houston. I think for the most part, we're going to get much needed rain and maybe a few rumbles of thunder and some possibly moderate to heavy rainfall here and there. But just keep in mind, the only thing to really worry about is the slick roadways heading into Monday evening if you are heading out and about across town. So if you're just now joining me, we are definitely streaming live right now on the KHOU 11 Plus app, but we are expecting the next few days to be mostly just quiet. Here's a look at downtown Houston. We're starting off with mostly sunny skies. Our weather story for the next few days is a very pleasant Sunday, all thanks to a cold front that arrived, and then storms moving in on late Monday, and then that midweek cold front really bringing us the chance for a very fantastic Thanksgiving Day. But it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster ride in terms of our forecast, as we're going to be tracking a couple of systems. But if you are heading across town or across the state, we're going to see temps in the lower 70s 70, 72 out in Austin, Dallas 67, Rio Grande Valley at 88 degrees. This is the look out at the Galveston cruise terminals. We have both of the large ships there. We have the MSC Seascape, we have Harmony of the Seas off into the distance, and we are looking at fantastic travel conditions if you are maybe catching a cruise out across the Caribbean for Thanksgiving. Good news for you, you don't have to worry about cooking. It's going to be all done for you. I wish I'm actually kind of jealous. 64 degrees right now in Galveston, northeast winds at 13 miles an hour. Here across Houston, we're starting off chilly as well. So a little bit cooler conditions inland with temps in the 50s, and we are expecting those highs today to top out about 77 degrees, 78 degrees for this afternoon. And then upper 70s is going to be the temperature and the pleasant conditions that we're going to see for today. And if you are heading to the coast, I think we're going to see mostly pleasant skies across the coastal areas, but not too much of a concern as we head into those evening hours. But as far as our next rainmaker, we have a low pressure system approaching from the west that is going to bring this frontal boundary across the state, and that ultimately is going to bring us scattered showers and storms. And this is for Monday evening into the early hours of Tuesday. So if you do have those travel plans or if you have those outdoor plans, I don't think we're going to see this much during the day. It's going to be mostly in the later evening hours. So if you have Monday dinner plans, you might be looking at a stormy outlook here across the Houston area. And so you might want to plan accordingly as we go into the start of our holiday week. And then that system is going to be racing off towards the east heading into Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be mostly clear, a little bit on the cooler side. However, we're going to see a surge of cooler air on the way for Wednesday. But for Monday, though, we are expecting the chance for maybe a strong storm or two here across the Houston area. So as that cold front arrives on Wednesday, that is going to be bringing some chilly temperatures back in the forecast heading into the end of the holiday week. And this is going to be perfect just in time for Thanksgiving. So you're going to be able to sport those fall-like Thanksgiving outfits as well as a long sleeve shirt or maybe some pants, because we are expecting those temperatures to remain a bit chilly for the first start of our Thanksgiving day, and then only getting up into the 60s by the afternoon hours. So keep that in mind that we are expecting Thanksgiving here in Houston to be mostly pleasant, lots of sunshine. You might need some sunglasses if you're heading out across town, with northwest winds at 5 to 15 miles an hour, with not expecting any rain chances, especially for Thursday. The only thing that we're keeping an eye on is the warmer than normal temperatures that we could see as we head into the start of December. So your 10-day high temperature trend getting up to 84 for tomorrow, down to 81 for Tuesday, and then expecting that stronger front on the way for Wednesday. That's going to bring us the pleasant weather for the end of the work week. And so just keep that in mind that we are expecting those temperatures to remain mostly just pleasant as we head into the next few days. And so if you are heading out and about for now, we are in much need of rainfall, and we haven't really received much of it. This is looking at the drought report that was released this past Thursday. This is showing severe drought now starting to creep in to portions of Liberty County as well as Montgomery County, Grimes County now seeing severe drought. And so we haven't really received much rain in terms for the past maybe couple of months. And so we are pretty dry out there, which is not really too concerning. We're not looking at any drought restriction type weather, but just kind of keep in mind that we are expecting these dry conditions that's really just putting us a foot in deficit of rainfall for this time of year. We're just expecting those temperatures to remain mostly pleasant, but as we get this surge of dry air in place, that really is going to be bringing us the chance for more of stronger storms, or as well as a stronger fire hazard once we get these drier conditions. But looking at our next rainmaker, once again, this is just a recap of what we're expecting to see heading into tomorrow. We're expecting it to move through Monday evening, and that is going to bring us the chance for more stronger storms maybe northwest of Houston. And so just keep that in mind that we could see maybe a severe storm or two as we head into tomorrow evening into Tuesday morning. And so we're going to have a little bit of an active next 24 to 48 hours. And then eventually by Tuesday morning, that's going to be out of the picture, as that system could potentially cause some travel concerns for folks that are off towards central Texas as well as North Texas. And this is really going to cause some concerns if you are heading out tomorrow for folks that are east of Houston. So if you're heading off to Atlanta, maybe New York City, that's where we're expecting to see more of those stronger storms carry on as that system moves east. I'm going to go ahead and show you more of a national outlook of what we're expecting to see in terms of our travel plans if you are leaving Houston. And so right now, this is looking at Monday. This is all, you see that system that's currently off in the central of the country. That is what the system that is going to be bringing us the rain chance for tomorrow. However, heading into Tuesday, which I think Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be the higher travel days, you might run into some concerns if you are planning to fly maybe to Atlanta or Chicago, because it's that low pressure system is going to be directly east of us, and that's going to cause some major impacts from Chicago all the way down to Atlanta and portions of the deep south. And so definitely keep that in mind, that Tuesday, Wednesday, if you are traveling east of Houston towards Atlanta, Chicago, even New York City, that's where we're going to start seeing some possible impacts from that system that will be bringing us our rain chances for tomorrow evening. And then eventually by Wednesday, we could be looking at really a messy outlook for New York City and Atlanta going into Tuesday and into Wednesday. So looking at Wednesday, once again, we're going and panning over towards Wednesday. We're going to see windy conditions out in the Chicago area, even Minneapolis. Look at those temperatures north of us. They're going to be pretty cold, feeling much like what our version of what winter is here across the portions of the Midwest, but we're going to be mostly pleasant with temperatures in the lower 70s for tomorrow evening. So once again, here's a look at your 7-day forecast for the Houston area. We are starting off pleasant as we head into our Sunday. We're only going to see those temps top out in the upper 70s for this afternoon, and then we are expecting some late storms that could bring a severe component with it. So keep that in mind, that on Monday evening into Tuesday morning, we're going to see these late storms that could pack a punch, especially during your dinner time hours for Monday evening. And then a little bit of a drier cold front on the way for Wednesday that's going to ultimately put us back into the 40s and 50s for those morning and evening hours, and then only getting up to 68. That's going to clear skies out and giving us mostly a pleasant outlook for Thanksgiving Day here across the Houston area. So thank you for joining me on our extended forecast here on KHOU 11+. I'm meteorologist Chris Ramirez. Have a great, safe rest of your Sunday. And if you are traveling and leaving Houston, have safe travels and have a happy Thanksgiving.